Biden's use of fake names in email could cost him. The question arises, why would the then vice president have so many different email addresses? Why would he have so many pseudonyms? What is he hiding? Is the question. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. Last year, during an event at the White House, former President Barack Obama playfully referred to the current president as vice president. At that time, it was characterized as the more popular politician, good natured, reminding Biden of his position. However, this teasing had an additional edge due to reports of Obama's private doubts about Biden's judgment. In 2020, Obama had famously cautioned fellow Democrats, advising them not to underestimate Joe's ability to F things up. Now, Obama is being called upon to assist Biden in resolving another problem stemming from his time in Obama's administration. Several committees and private organizations are requesting over 5,000 emails from Biden in which he utilized various aliases during his tenure as vice president under Obama. According to the Presidential Records Act, Obama has a 30-day window to prevent the release of these emails and protect his former vice president from a growing scandal related to alleged influence peddling conducted by Biden's son, Hunter. It has recently come to light that Joe Biden used various code names and false identities, including Robin Ware, Robert L. Peters, J.R.B. Ware, Celtic, and the big guy. House investigators believe this might not be an extensive list. While it may seem unusual, this practice is not without precedent. Um, Prominent officials, including former Attorney General Eric Holder and Loretta Lynch, have used such aliases in the past for email communication. Mind you, they're not supposed to be doing this. But they're not supposed to be using this for official business, but they apparently are. And during the Obama administration, the practice was defended by then White House Press Secretary Jay Carney, who assured the public that these emails would still be subject to Freedom of Information Act requests and congressional inquiries. He emphasized that the private email accounts should not be used for official work, but we know it was. The issue is that some of these emails discuss official matters, such as foreign travel plans and the hiring of individuals associated with Hunter for high ranking positions. Furthermore, certain emails are pertinent to Biden's son's clients. Biden has previously denied any knowledge of these dealings, but these emails could potentially reveal more about his awareness and involvement. Congress is investigating over $20 million transferred to members of the Biden family from foreign sources through a complex network of shell companies and accounts. And again, if everything's on the up and up, why would you need to have all these different shell companies? Even the Washington Post has acknowledged that the president has been less than truthful in the past regarding aspects of Hunter's business activities. Devin Archer recently contradicted Joe Biden's longstanding denial of any knowledge of their business dealings, stating that it is, quote, categorically false. Most journalists now concede that Hunter was clearly involved in influence peddling, a favored form of corruption in Washington. Despite mounting evidence, Democrats maintained that Hunter and his associates were merely selling the illusion of influence rather than providing actual access or influence over Joe Biden. However, it appears that these foreign clients believed they were receiving more than an illusion. For instance, Archer recounted how Burisma executives were concerned about an anti-corruption investigation led by Ukrainian prosecutor General Viktor Shokin. Hunter promptly called quote, called DC in response to their plea, and Shokin was subsequently fired at Joe Biden's request. And I've done tons of videos about this. The House Oversight Committee has encountered obstacles in obtaining materials from the Bidens and the administration concerning these past dealings. It has also been revealed that the president communicated with his son through alias accounts. This has led to the involvement from the National Archives and Records Administration, or NARA, which has resisted releasing these emails. It has been over a year since a group requested these documents, and at the current pace, the NARA review is expected to extend beyond the next election. Both Biden and Obama could easily authorize the release of these emails to Congress. If the content is indeed trivial or personal, as has been argued in defense of using aliases, transparency could put an end to the allegations. If this is not the case, it would raise questions about why Biden used false identities to convey important information to third parties. In one email found on Hunter's laptop, Biden associate James Gilliar outlined the rules to Tony Bobulinski, a former business partner of Hunter. They were explicitly instructed not to mention Joe's involvement except in face-to-face conversations using pseudonyms like the Big Guy or Celtic. Similarly, a FBI credible source reported that a Ukrainian businessman claimed to have paid a bribe to Joe Biden, but was told to avoid using his name and to route the money through a complex series of accounts. Additionally, Congress requests came after discovering that staff members had used Biden fake government email account robert.l.peters@pci.gov to send messages about a meeting with then Ukraine President Petro Poroshenko with a copy to Hunter Biden. While there may be plausible explanations for these emails and the use of aliases, given the existing evidence of corruption and influence peddling, it's clear that a thorough review of this information is necessary. This brings us to the standoff with NARA, or NORA. The agency could invoke the PRA statute to uphold Biden and Obama's refusal to allow Congress to review the evidence. Biden is required by law to consult twice, both as the former vice president and the current president. However, the PRA expressly permits special access to presidential records for Congress when they contain information essential for its business and are not otherwise available. Denying Congress this critical evidence in a corruption scandal and potential impeachment inquiry could be consequential. The resistance to reviewing the emails further strengthens the case for an impeachment inquiry. Such an inquiry does not guarantee impeachment, but it would provide an opportunity to investigate whether the Bidens were selling influence, whether real or illusory. By acting under its impeachment authority, Congress could have the power to force these disclosures and uncover answers regarding alleged corruption practices. Ideally, none of this should be necessary. Biden could promptly remove these obstacles to reassure the public that his aliases were innocuous or playful pseudonyms. J.R.B. Ware may be a pun, but it doesn't necessarily equate to the next Carlos Danger. The president should have no reason to avoid clearing the record, particularly in an election year. Otherwise, the effort to withhold this evidence could prove detrimental if it reveals material evidence of corruption or false statements. As Obama would say, one should never underestimate the potential consequences when it comes to his former vice president. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.